This is Jonathan with I Call It Attraction. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you understand attraction. So, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Now, when we was a kid, we used to say this all the time, and it was a little saying, you know what I'm saying? And even for kids, it's like inappropriate, but it would go, uh, men are from Mars. I forget what it say after that, but then it'll say women are from Venus to get more penis. Now I'm sure some of you heard this, some of you may not heard that, but it was just like one of those little cliche things, little adages that little kids flip and turn it into something raunchy, something that's like inappropriate, and so that was something I always heard when I was a little kid, but basically what it means that men are from Mars, women are from Venus is basically to say that we are on two different planets. We not on the same page, we not on the same book, we so different. The crazy part is like we are perfect opposites. So even though we're very different, we are perfect opposites, which is to say that we the opposite but a perfect match for each other. A man just fits with a woman. A man has everything that a woman needs in order to receive. A man is the giver, the woman is the receiver. And if you think in terms of human nature and sexual nature, the woman's the receiver, the man is the giver. And so with that being said, now we are so totally different, but we a perfect fit for each other. Man, we are visual creatures. We visualize everything. Everything is a visual thing. So what a man would do is a man can look at a woman and he could be like 10 feet away and he's just staring at her. She don't even see him. She's just, going about her day. He's staring at this woman and he can just see everything in her right there just from staring. And he's like, oh my goodness, I had 3 kids with her. I can envision us being in a big old 5-bedroom house and, just laying on the beach and the kids running around. Like a man will envision all these things just from seeing her. And he already knows that, hey, this is the one, I want her. And yeah, it's a little bit shallow because obviously it's just purely based off looks, because he obviously don't know that woman. He don't know her characteristics, her traits, what she's about, what she has to offer, if she has anything to offer. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know any of that. But he's just basically going off looks. That's to say that we are visual creatures. That's just how we are. We go off the looks because if we being honest, that's the first thing you see. That's the very first thing you see before anything else. Before you know any quality or any asset, any strength, any weakness, before you know any of that, before any of that is revealed to you in a man or a woman, the first thing you see is their appearance, how they look. And to you, whatever your preference is, whether it's good or bad, in your eyes, in your mind, that's going to be the first thing you see. So, we're visual creatures. We can visualize all that at the very beginning, and that will prompt us to want to pursue you, the woman. That will prompt us to want to pursue you and to want to take it to the next level and all of that, just off the basic looks. But then after those looks, the other things come into play. Oh, her personality, her goals. Is she, goal oriented? Is she, are we compatible? Then all these other things come into play. But the very first thing for man is the looks, the attraction. Because if it doesn't pass the look test, because that's what we call the looks test. If the girl don't pass the looks test, we usually wouldn't go any further. Most guys. Now, the reason I say most guys, because you have a lot of desperate men who are of low value, who see themselves as low value and not as a catch, and they unsure and insecure and non-confident. These guys, they operate in a scarcity mindset. So these guys being desperate, they will, obviously they would take anything they could get because they don't have any options, and they're kind of just like, whatever comes, they jump on it right away. But men of high value, we will, if they don't pass the looks test, we don't want to go any further. We're not going to go and try to get her number. We're not going to try and, just give it a chance. No, there is no chance. She didn't even pass the looks test. How could I give it a chance? And it's the same. It's pretty much the same for women. So, man, we're visual, and that's how we operate. Purely based off of the visual, right? Women are not visual creatures. Women are emotional creatures. Women are emotional creatures. And what that means is a woman can't just look at a man and just by the looks. Now, of course, a woman can look at a man and she could be like, oh, wow, he is handsome, or he is, whatever she says, that's a sexy man, whatever her lingo is, right? She could say that, but her wanting to be with him and have kids and a family and do it, none of that is, on display. When she's looking at him, it's just a eye teaser. That's it. It's an eye teaser. Eye candy. That's what they call it. So for a woman, she's an emotional being. So there has to be an emotional connection. There has to be some kind of emotional connection that's built with that person, and that emotional connection, that's the thing that allows the woman to be in the space of, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about him. Girl, I just want to call him. Oh, I want to call him so bad. And sending, 3-4 text messages, hoping he's going to reply back. And, and he's on her mind all day. She's going to the grocery store and she's looking at, some food. She's looking at some kind of food and he pop in her mind, something that reminds her of him. That's what's going on there is she has an emotional attachment with him. She has an emotional connection, and so that's what has to be built. An emotional connection has to be built. And an emotional connection, that's, it's done with time. It's not something that's like, as soon as you see them, oh, that's an emotional connection. No, it's over time. It's going to take time. You got to be patient for emotional connection. I mean, you meet the girl, you're confident when you meet her. You're giving her 100% eye contact. You're not blinking. You're not flinching. You're confident in every way, shape, and form. You take the lead. You banter with her. You're witty. You know how to make her laugh, but at the same time, you know how to maintain your masculine frame. You're not too goofy. You know how to be masculine, but not feminine. The perfect balance. You know how to be assertive. You're confident. You're not unsure about yourself or your abilities. You have what it takes. And you express that to her every time you see her, taking her out, being direct. You're not passive aggressive. You're open up front. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're a mystery. You're suspense, and she wants to know more. As you create this, you put these characteristics on display every time you see her. First time, second, third, fourth, and you create certain kind of memories while putting these on display. Like, depending what, I won't go into the whole thing. I'll make a separate video about creating emotional attachments, but this can create an emotional attachment by creating memories, but also your masculinity being on display, because that's what naturally feminine women are attracted to. Naturally masculine men. It's like a magnet. Soon as they get close, they touch, they connect right away. And that's how it is. And so you definitely will build emotional attachment, but that comes with memories. That comes, you got to have some type of memories. You got to go on a date. You got to do something, and you got to stand out. Well, that's the thing I forgot to mention. The biggest factor of the emotional connection is standing out. It's not just that you go on a date or because she could go on a date with 100 guys but not have an emotional connection with any of them. What creates the emotional attachment is standing out, is creating memories, and in those memories you're doing things to stand out, and usually those are high value qualities, high value things that you're doing, because it's the feminine behavior, it's the submissive behavior, it's the simp behavior that doesn't stand out, and most men have those behaviors and they're used to seeing those behaviors on display, and it's a turnoff. So a masculine behavior is something that's rare. It's a rare diamond, it's a rare stone in this day and age. So when she sees that, and you're making memories and you're doing certain things to stand out, and it's the way you're speaking is different from all the other guys. The way you text her back is different from all the other guys. You don't just, as soon as you get home, you hurry up and text her, "Oh, I had a great day. I love spending all this time with you, blah, blah, blah." No, you don't do that. You wait a little bit. You give it a little bit of time. She's used to men doing that, just spilling their guts right away. She's used to that. That's a normal thing for her. But that's not standing out. That's being with the crowd. That's doing what everybody else already does. What she wants is for you to stand out, for you to be different. "Oh my goodness, girl, he didn't text me. It's been a day and he ain't text me yet." And now, why she's saying this, some men might look at this, "Oh, that's a bad thing. You need to be on top of that. She gonna leave." No, not when there's an emotional attachment built, and because she's telling her friend you haven't texted her yet. What does that say? That says she's thinking about you. You are on her mind, and if you're on her mind, you won. That's a win-win. You can't lose when you're on her mind. Now, if she not thinking about you and she ain't worried, then yeah, you in trouble. You in deep water. You knee deep in it. But if you on her mind and she steady telling her friend about how much you know this and that about you, you in a win-win. There's an emotional attachment built, and that's what has to happen in order for the woman to say, "You know what? I want to spend my life with him. I want to give him all the goods. I want to wake up in bed with him every day." In order for a woman to fall in love and to be at that place, she has to have an emotional attachment. That's the very first thing. Well, of course, I ain't gonna say that's the very first thing, but it goes hand in hand, because she has to, obviously the guy has to pass the look test too. But here's the catch. So the guy do have to pass the look test for her. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise she won't even give him a chance. But on a very rare occasion, because this does happen, but on a very rare occasion, if the guy doesn't pass the look test, but she happens to get a whiff of his personality, which the man's characteristics are masculine, and if she happens to catch a taste of that, or catch a glimpse of it, even though he didn't pass the looks test, he could be in the door just from that alone, just because he possessed the high value qualities of a masculine man. So that's a way that you don't have to pass the looks test, and you can build something with her. But it's a rare occasion. It's really rare that a woman, that you getting out of the looks test, and she just happened to catch a glimpse of your personality and your characteristics, which match high value qualities. That's rare, but it does happen. I've seen that. So, so that is an exception. So I just put that disclaimer out there. But so that's what a woman needs. A woman needs an emotional attachment. We're definitely not the same. A woman's not just going to look at you and she's in love and want to spend the rest of her life with you. Not a high value woman. Now, here's another disclaimer. There are women who will do this, but these are not the women I'm speaking of. And these women I'm saying, these are the minority. The majority are naturally feminine women, And the high value women who are secure with themselves, confident, and of high value, those are the kind of women that I'm speaking of. And those women, it's, you know, they won't do that. They definitely won't just, you know, first they see you fall in love. Oh, I'm in love, I want to get married. No. High value women is not doing that. Women who are insecure and, you know, have all these major issues that's not, you know, not worked out, you know, haven't been, you know, worked through or whatnot. Those are the women that they will easily give in because they're desperate. The same as the men that are desperate. Desperate people look to desperate measures, you know, in desperate times. So high value people, we have options. We're not desperate. We got options. There's many different avenues for us, or many different opportunities. We're not pressed. We don't have to have the first thing that comes in our path. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. So yeah, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. If you like this content in this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, love inspires, endures, uplifts, and bears all things.